All right. Hello, everyone. Sorry if I was slightly late. Oh, let me tell you, it's been a day. We're gonna do some live coding, and we probably still will. But honestly, I might just, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. The day did not turn out the way I thought, and I've been pretty slammed at work. However, don't be afraid because I love AI, and I will still play with AI today. We'll probably still code. But I might not go at the pace that I normally do, just because I am pretty tired. And I'm trying to get my video started here. Um, okay. Something's going on with my video real quick. I'm trying to fix that. Oh dear. Um, Something's going on with my virtual background, so I'm trying to fix that real quick. I'm just kind of having a day here over here, but I'm gonna fix it. Um, but honestly, here. Okay, there we go. That's better. Okay, so we are live in action. Just had to select the right camera, which trust me, that always helps. And yeah, we're gonna get started in just a second. Let me see who's in chat and things like that. We're going to be doing some coding today, and we're going to be making an app, maybe, essentially. I'm really excited about this, so thank you, everybody, for watching me. I really appreciate it. I love when you guys are on these streams. So if you guys don't know, I'm Taylor Arndt. I'm an AI enthusiast. I'm a iOS developer. I'm a blind accessibility user. Well, that was not the right word. I'm a blind accessibility advocate. There you go. And I love tech. You guys know this. Absolutely love tech. For those who are new to this channel, we got so many new subscribers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I work at a company called TechOpolis Online Solutions. Probably never heard of it. Very small company. And I work as the Chief AI and Operations Officer. I do pretty much a lot of things. And I love to share my passion for AI and tech on this channel. I am blind and I do use a screen reader as a PSA to new users. A screen reader, for those who don't know, is literally a program that reads the entire screen and it reads it through a voice, a TTS voice. Let's see. Do we have any chat? Let me check our chats. If you guys are in chat, please say hi. I love to get to know who you guys are. And I also love to get to know what you guys would like from this channel. So, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing some live coding today. So, we're going to be going up the chat real quick. We're going to be doing some live coding, and we're going to be building an app with iOS 26 APIs. That's right. I know, right? It's going to be exciting. And I'm really excited about this because, yeah, I'm excited. Well, let's see here. And we are going to actually use AI. That's right, we're going to use AI and help us. Now, I want to talk about a couple topics before we get started. I want to talk about what we're going to be building, but I also want to talk about a couple other things. And one of those things are that James, welcome to the stream. You're always excited to see what kind of things I'm doing. Yeah, I'm usually up to a lot of trouble. That's usually what Michael says. We're actually going to be doing some iOS development today. And speaking of iOS development, do you guys want to learn iOS development? Do you guys want to learn AI? Do you want to learn Python? Do you guys want to see what Michael and I do on a daily basis? Well, I mean, sometimes chaos. Do you guys want to understand how life works at Techopolis? Well, subscribe to this channel because I'm trying to get up to 1,000. And by the way, I hit 800. So if we get 10 likes on this stream, you guys can either win one of three things: one of my courses, a one-on-one personalized training session, which is worth $35 to $40, depending on the topic, or you can win a one-on-one hour of just, you can talk to me about anything for 1 hour. Okay, so those are your three options. Jasmine Ruiz says hello. Welcome, Jasmine. Welcome, everybody. I'm super excited that you guys are here. And yeah, let's go ahead and get some things going here. So let's go ahead and talk about some things. I have a lot on my chest, so I'm going to try to make this brief and then we'll get into the coding. But here we go. AI has been hated upon more and more lately. And I am going to get into this, and I'm not going to try to spark controversy. Although if I do, that's okay because we want to talk. But what I'm going to say is that there's a thing called vibe coding, and vibe coding is where you literally prompt the AI. You don't look at your code, you don't look at anything. Okay. I don't recommend that. And because the thing is, the code is insecure, it's not that great, and it's inaccessible. What do I recommend? Well, there's a concept that Michael and I came up with. It's called partner coding. Partner coding simply refers to I work with the partner, or sorry, I work with the AI as a partner. Excuse me. And I am super, super, super excited about this because this means that we can work together. Now, I want to take this a step further. You see, if you guys know anything about me, maybe you don't. This is your first time. That's great. I love being here. But I am ADHD and blind, and I cannot read Braille. Okay, I mentioned this for one thing. Syntax and memory and data comprehension is difficult. I know how to code in Swift, but if you ask me to like put everything together, it's going to take so long for me to do it. But you know what I do? I use AI as my team member, right? It does not do everything for me. But what it does is it helps augment the things that I'm not good at, and I can kind of be a manager, right? Because I'm good at being a manager. I'm good at being the boss. It's just sometimes hard for me to orchestrate the code creation, right? I mean, I know all the Swift stuff. I know how to do something SwiftUI, but it's actually, you can think about it like this, putting the building blocks together. That's where I have trouble. And I just want to mention this because people are probably gonna be like, well, why are you using AI, right? You're just trying to vibe code. No, I'm not trying to vibe code. And if you think I'm trying to vibe code, well, then you need to think about this. What I am trying to do is I'm trying to get work done, but more importantly than getting work done, I am trying to create an atmosphere where AI and humans work together. That's right. AI and humans need to work together for a productive society and a productive life. And again, I mention all this to say, yes, I'm going to be using AI to help code. It's not because I don't know how. It's because I want to also teach you guys how to use AI to code but not to do it for you. Let's be clear. It can like create code, but does that mean I don't read it? Oh, I read every line. I read every single line of that AI generated code and I catch all of its fallacies. Okay, that was not the right word, but you get me. I catch all of its flaws, and I want to say all this because I'm just very excited. Okay, we got some more chats. Sorry, guys, I'm a little behind on the chats. My restream is not speaking today, so I'm kind of having to do it manually along with everything else. But we got a great question, and that is James says, um, since you mentioned this, are you curious if there's anything to do to make code output more accessible? That is a fascinating question, James. And what my answer is do you mean the code that is outputted like into a document, or do you mean the actual presentation of the code? Because I could make an entire stream about AI code inaccessibility quirks, and I may do that. And I actually may bring Michael on this channel. And yes, guys, I know you may be sick of Michael. You're like, God dang it, Michael. Michael's coming back. Oh, yeah, Michael's coming back in a big way. So I'm sorry, y'all. If you're sick of Michael, well, unfortunately, you're just going to have to learn to deal with it. And for those who don't know, Michael's my amazing manager, but he also lives with me. So it's kind of an interesting combo. And he's an amazing app developer. He's been developing apps since 2011, and he's also low vision and blind. So, yeah, you don't want to vibe code. You're not doing it by hand, hence your question. Look, I get that, but that's where that partner coding comes in, James. And I'll show you exactly how I do it today, so stick around. Oh, yes, the code that AI outputs itself. We need to talk about that, and I'll quickly get into that, but that's a whole other video. But thank you, James, for all of your commentary. What I will say is that AI has some quirks of making things inaccessible. And trust me, you guys are going to find out for yourselves. Because I guarantee you, I'm pretty sure that half the time that AI code is generating is going to be inaccessible. Okay, you're like, what? Why do you even do it then if you could just do it all by yourself? At least I'm starting from something rather than nothing. And yes, it will keep all the accessibility auditors employed. So that's me. So yeah, I could talk about that all I want, but that will be a topic for later because I could rant about that, and that's not what the stream is about. But yes, anyway, Michael is going to be here more than ever. So Michael's going to be on a lot of live streams on this channel. We're trying to get me up to 1,000 subs so we can monetize this thing, because I guarantee you when I monetize, I'll be streaming like nobody's business. I'll be doing videos. Thank you for all the views on the Chat GPT video. I love it, guys. I hope you like it. I was using a new video editing software, and I'm not very good at it. I had trouble with Final Cut. That's a whole other discussion. I was using Descript, which is an AI video editing software. And also, speaking more announcements, Taylor's Teardowns is making a return. Taylor's Teardowns was featured in 2020, where I would review products and websites and services for accessibility. It's taken a big shift this year. It's mostly about AI. So if you've got an AI product, you want me to review it, DM me. Of course, if you're also the company that makes it and you want to sponsor it, sponsorship packages for Taylor's Teardown start at just $20. That includes a full video as well as a blog post on my Substack. And yes, thank you everybody who is subscribed to my Substack. Remember, taylorarnt.substack.com. Okay, so let's see. Let me check my chats before I do. I just want to make sure that you guys, like I said, I love you guys being here. I'm trying to get a lot of, there we go. Okay. I'm just trying to get all the announcements out there so that we can focus on coding. I'm sure that Michael will be in here a little later. It is still 4 p.m. Central, and I really appreciate you guys are, watching me at work or wherever you guys are doing. I really, really appreciate it. Share it with your friends. Tell everybody on Mastodon and X and Blue Sky and everybody, come to my stream. You guys are gonna love it. So what we're gonna do, I keep saying this and I never get to it, is we're gonna be making a app. That's right. We're gonna be making an app. You guys are gonna learn how to use Xcode and what I do to make apps. And we're going to be making an app that uses the new Apple Speech Recognition API, and it will be able to transcribe either spoken text or uploaded audio. Now, I've not done this before, so this is a live code, and this could epically fail. But don't worry, I've got a backup plan. But I hope to God it does not fail. And we're going to be using Cursor as our tool of choice. I will probably do a video about Cursor later, but Cursor is a code. It's actually used for vibe coding, but it is a way, it's a code editor that is powered by Claude and other models. And it's actually a VS Code fork. Again, people are going to ask me, is it accessible? It's usable. And do I care if it's accessible? Well, yes. But do I care that I can get work done? Yes. And do I care that it's usable and that it may not be fully accessible? Yeah, I can actually still use it. Okay. So don't freak out if I tell you that it's not accessible, because I guarantee you that most of this community will. And you know what? I've had enough of it. So I understand things are not always going to be accessible. I get it. Trust me, I want them to all be accessible. But you know what, guys? We don't live in a perfect world, so we have to learn to adapt. Okay? Rant over. Okay. Anyway, that's over. Sorry, I had to get out of the way. Devin, Web Dev, hello everyone. Sorry, I've been kind of rambling on. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Welcome to my channel if you guys never been here before. And I do a lot of cool stuff. Okay, AI, accessibility, you name it, I've probably done it. I review things, I do streams. I'm just all over the place, okay? And we're actually going to be doing a live coding session in just a few minutes. And we're going to start learning how to do SwiftUI, building a live, real-time speech to text app. So that's what we're doing today. You'd love a cursor tutorial. I could probably do that. And actually, you're going to get a mini one today because I'm going to be showing you guys. So what we're going to do is, some of you guys are blind, some of you guys aren't. So what I'm going to do, because some sighted people absolutely hate screen readers, is I'm going to do screen readers when I need to. But I'm going to also share every single thing I'm doing as I'm typing it, because sometimes I have double feedback and it's like, ah, it's just like kind of cuckoo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that screen reader at certain points. But honestly, some of this, for me to have the screen reader on and have the chat and have other audio sources, it's just an audio mess in my head, and I'm just like, ugh, I can't parse it. So that's what we're gonna do. So if you guys like that, so thank you everyone. Again, if you have questions, I'm gonna be monitoring chat. So I'm super excited to be here, and I love these streams. I usually do these whenever I feel like it. I try to do them at least 2 or 3 times a week. So the best time to figure out when I'm streaming is to, well, subscribe to the channel. Okay, there. I thought I had a text message, but I guess it didn't. So let me go ahead and make sure my chat works, and then I'm going to start coding. Okay, so what's the first thing you do? Well, let's see. I just need to pull up my chat real quick because I don't have it, and I need to get it because I've had to do it all manually right now. So the first thing that I always do when I'm planning out a project is I make a document. And I actually did this before because I don't get me started. It's been a chaotic day. But I have a device. It's called the Rabbit R1. It's basically a handheld like AI device, and I can ask it like questions. And again, it's not accessible. Michael had to help me set it up. But they have this intern mode, and now like they made it paid, so you only get 3 tasks a month. I found this out this morning and I was pretty livid. So anyway, I had to figure out a new way because I used my Rabbit to do a lot of specification documents for these projects. But I think I found a temporary workaround. I'm just using ChatGPT and I have projects and I'm able to make a specification and it's able to be remembered in that side the project. I hope this works. I've never tried it. So we're gonna see. I've got it in front of me right now. And I'll kind of go over the layout, what we're gonna be building, and then I'll start up Xcode. I'll show you guys what I do. But if you want a tutorial or a class, we're actually doing a class in September. It's fully free and it's fully accessible. We're going to teach you guys how to make SwiftUI apps. And this is not going to be a SwiftUI tutorial. I'm going to try to explain everything I'm doing, but I'm not going to be able to explain all the modifiers and all the views, but I'll explain some of Xcode and some of the quirks and things and how I code because I have a unique setup. But I'm not going to go over everything and anything. That's honestly Michael's job because I'm not the Swift master. But yeah, I know enough to get myself in trouble. So that's kind of how we're gonna do it. Um, thank you, everybody. We have 8 people in chat. I'm super, super excited. If you guys are not, chatted, please chat. I really love everybody being here. Um, please, I love it, everyone. You guys are amazing. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So let me pull up the screen and I'll show you guys what we're building, and I'll kind of read it out so everybody can hear it. All right, let me go ahead and share it, my screen real quick. And let's see. Okay, sorry, I'm in Zoom, y'all, so that's how we work things around here. Okay. All right, so I gotta turn voiceover off, and yes, I do use voiceover on Mac, and I got Parallels VM, which is a virtual machine. We will. Okay, I think we'll be okay. So, oh, come on, get rid of that. Heaven's sakes. All right, so let's see. You got Restream. Here we go. So I'm gonna kind of talk through the document that I'm building. Let me make sure that I don't have any other thingies in my way. I don't think so. I think that should be clear. Um, let's see. Yeah, I think it should be clear. Okay, let me maximize this real quick. Sorry, guys, I'm having quite some trouble today. It's been kind of chaotic. Okay, there we go. So Techopolis transcribe app specification. So I have an initial prompt that I use, and then I have ChatGPT or Rabbit or whatever AI write, the spec and make sure it's all polished and like project managery. Because I am never going to be a project manager. I don't want to be a project manager. And boy, oh boy, that's just it's over my head. So that's just the thing. So we're calling it Techopolis transcribe. And yes, when this is done, this will actually be for sale on our App Store page. And so I'm showing you guys how to actually build a live app that we would do for the company. That's right. You guys are seeing exactly how we do things. You're seeing exactly my workflow. You're seeing exactly. So actually, we usually use GitHub and we have a GitHub action. So when I commit to Git, it actually sends a Discord notification on one of our private Discords. And so that Michael's able to see what I'm doing. And that way he's able to review my work when he gets off of work, right? Because he works a day job. I work for Techopolis full time. And so that's kind of how we work things around here. And yeah, I really love it. So I'm just trying to get everybody focused on, this is kind of how we work things. And I love it. So let's go ahead and get started. So Techopolis Transcribe, the developer, right? Techopolis Online Solutions, copyright. So we're using iOS 26 and above, yep. And I'm on the beta of iOS 26 on my Mac and my phone. We're going to build with SwiftUI and foundation models. Overview. So TechOpus Transcribe is powered by the new speech recognition API and Apple Intelligence. You can either upload a file or dictate in real time and it will get transcribed. Once transcribed, it will generate a summary. So once you actually transcribe it, it will generate a summary using on-device AI. That's right. We're not sending off to the cloud. We're not sending off to somewhere random. We're sending it off to your device. Yes, we love on-device AI here. Core features. So dual uploads, you can upload a MP3, M4A, or other audio. Live dictation, speak. I'll get to that second, James. So users can speak into the app for, dictation and things. So before we get on the next part, so James, yes, Cursor is a Mac app and it's fine. The reason I'm running Windows on my Mac is because, well, I've got things on Windows that I just need to do, right? I can't do on Mac or, vice versa. The thing is, I find that coding in Windows is actually easier because of the, voiceover kind of stinks a little bit, just a little. So I find that even Cursor is not that accessible on the Mac. So I actually find I could just use Cursor on the Windows and then actually have a folder with parallels that watches. So when I basically code in Windows, it refreshes in Xcode. I'll show you guys how that works. And then, yeah, so Cursor's available for Mac. It's just not that usable. Again, I'm not the best Mac voiceover user. I try to use Mac as much as possible, but there are just some things in my workflow I just have to use Windows for, and Parallels is a great way to do it. So yeah, that's the question. And then we have transcription. So it uses the iOS 26 speech recognition API, handles both short and long audio. They're saved and viewable in the app. Summarization. So once the transcription is done, it will send it off, and this is powered by the the audio framework from the foundation model. So basically, it'll get sent off. For long transcripts, it will separate it into chunks because the context window for the foundation model is 4,500, I believe. And so it has to get split up to be able to be manageable. So that's why they have to be chunked. Each chunk is summarized individually. Again, I'm kind of reading through this just a little by little. I'll try to put this in the chat so you guys can see. None of our like official stuff is on here, so you don't have to worry about that. Final result is an outline summary. Exactly. Yes, James. So the only problem with this is that in order to use Xcode, you have to have a Mac. So hence why I have the VM. Yeah. Good. Yeah, I know you can turn on focus tracking. It's just not that efficient. And frankly, I'm trying to get things done and I don't know. So that's kind of how I do it. I'll show you guys exactly the process. I'm just trying to quickly go through what we're building today so you guys have an idea. AI Q&A, basically you can be able to query the AI about the document. This will be future feature. We're not going to try to build this today. And I'm hoping we'll be able to get it all done today, but I'm not sure. And I got a hard cutoff by like 6:30 because I got to go to ACB convention activities, but I'm going to try to get a lot of this done today. We may have to do a part 2 or part 3. You find NVDA easier to use in VoiceOver. You're not a native screen reader user. That's awesome. So actually, yes, NVDA is a lot easier to understand than VoiceOver. And I use NVDA and VoiceOver, and sometimes they talk over each other, but I try to minimize that. What I actually do is I minimize, not minimize, bleh, word scrambles. I turn off VoiceOver when I'm on Windows. So when I'm actually doing Xcode and things, I can get a little tedious, but I just kind of leave it on sometimes. I'll show you guys what I do. It'll make sense. I'm just trying to quickly read through this spec. I'm not gonna really go through it all the details, but basically, we're building an audio transcription app, and I'll try to link this spec or put it in the chat. Let me see if I can throw it in the chat real quick. Maybe I can. It might be too long. Hold on. Give me a sec. Whoops. So yes, if you see in the chat, that's actually the spec. And again, I put this in here. None of this has official company stuff on it, but I'm not gonna read through this entire thing because it's pretty long. But yes, that's how we make our specs. Okay, so you guys can see it in the YouTube chat. I'll try to append it in the description later if it will fit. So yeah. Anyway, let's head over to Xcode. Let's see if anybody has any questions real quick. I'm gonna check chat. Um, let's see. Let me look at this real quick. Okay, sorry. Thank you everybody for being here. I absolutely love this. Like I love streaming, and you guys know that. So okay, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm not gonna turn on voiceover for this part. But what I'm gonna do is I'm open Spotlight and I'm just gonna type in Xcode. Okay, press enter. Okay. And maybe. Aha. So this is Xcode. And I'm not gonna go through the whole Xcode tutorial. Oops. Hold on, something happened here. Okay. Let me put this on. This is actually beta 1. I have to upgrade my Xcode. I'll do that later. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so let's put this up on, there we go. I guess I can't full screen it. That's fine. Okay, so I'm gonna hit new project. Now, I'm not gonna go through all of this because some of this has like confidential things in it, like team and things, but I'm gonna choose a template. I'm gonna choose app. I'm gonna press enter. I'm gonna call it Techopolis Transcribe. Call this whatever you want, right? This is just our app. I'm actually showing you guys how we build our app. So I'm gonna choose Techopolis, and I'm gonna do so the bundle identifier is actually reversed. So it's net or online, so it's online in this case, online dot Techopolis. It's actually a reverse domain. So remember, domain is like google.com. The bundle or the organization ID would actually be online.techopolis because it's reversed. And again, you're not, like I said, this is not an iOS developer course. If you're looking for that, this is not this. This is just a literal live coding session with me. All right, so we have a iOS course, but this is not what this is. Okay. Swift data is like a storage mechanism, and yes, we want that. We want host and CloudKit. CloudKit is like iCloud, so it'll sync across devices. I'm gonna hit next. And hit create. And I said create because like I could select my location. However, I already have it selected in my developer folder, so I've actually got a developer folder that I have shared between Mac and Windows. So that's kind of how I work this thing. All right, so you guys kind of see how this works. Xcode not responding. Oh yay, lovely. Um, awesome. Let me hold on a second, y'all. I need to figure out what happened. Okay, this is lovely beta stuff. Okay, so let me shoot. This is not good. All right, see, this is what happens when you do live demos sometimes, y'all. Let me wait for this to load. Oh, Zoom is in my way. Let me hold on, voiceover. No voiceover. Gotcha. Okay, so I have voiceover. There we go. Okay, voiceover off, voiceover on. There we go. Okay, I'm just waiting for it a minute. There we go. Okay, there we go. So let me hold on a second. I think I got a problem here. I can here. Let me get rid of this window real quick. It's in the way. Okay. I'm gonna get rid of this real quick. I'm trying to get okay. There we go. Now we're more clear. Sorry about that, y'all. Hopefully anyway. Um yeah, we're trying to get everything more clear. Okay. Lovely. Hold on. So now I got an inaccessible dialog. Sorry, y'all. I knew this was gonna happen. All right, let me figure that out real quick. Let me get this going. Okay. Just gonna do the There's something called VOCR, if you guys never heard of it. Okay, great. Hold on, let me see. Okay, did I get rid of it? Nope, I didn't. I'm just trying to get everything out of the way so that when I start, I can. Interesting. What is going on here? Okay, I knew I was gonna have a problem like this. That's okay. So what we're gonna do is I'm just going to get. Okay, I see what's the problem. Okay. So there's a code completion. Okay, so this is the Swift. It's a Swift file. It's called content view.swift. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we're back in business. That was stupid. Kind of strange. Okay. I'm sorry, Elf. I'm like moving around trying to get rid of this. Um, okay, so what we're gonna actually do. No, I'm running it on the Mac. I'm on the Mac. No, you cannot run Xcode on the. It's called a Hackintosh. We don't encourage that. There's other ways to do it, but that's not recommended by Apple. We want to make sure because we are paid Apple developers, y'all. We want to make sure that we are complying with the rules. Okay, that would almost be like saying I can't even think of an example, right? I just no, we don't do that around here. I wish, but we couldn't. So um, okay, there we go. Had to get rid of something over here. Something is going on over here, and I can't figure it out. Okay. What I'm going to actually do is, okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, so now we're at the right spot. I just had to get, I'm going to replug in my monitor. I think I'm having some slight issues, but don't worry, we'll get back.